Hi, and welcome to this free case study on how to build cash flow in your business that feels really good and really aligned. So, this training I want to preface with the reason I put it together was because, probably the first 2 years of my business, I didn't understand cash flow. So, as a coach, mindset coach, and a business mentor, I would sell, 3-month coaching packages and have these massive injections of cash into my business. And then that was it until I sold in another client, another client. And lucky for me, I was getting clients enough that it wasn't a huge problem. But if I was to look back at my income graph, it would be like up, down, up, down. And it caused me a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, thinking like, oh my gosh, when am I going to get my new clients? What am I going to happen? What's going to happen next month? And it wasn't probably till about 6 months ago that I was like, oh, Mel, it doesn't have to be that way. Like, I can be more strategic about where I am. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my free training, a case study on how I've built cash flow into my business that feels really good and really aligned for me in a way that lets me show up in my business super fired up, high energy all the time, and just excited to share my message with everyone and then to welcome on, really effortlessly new clients coming into my world, coming into my content and wanting to work with me. So it wasn't always this way. I want to preface it like at the beginning, because the first 2 years of my business, I was full of anxiety and stress and would panic, every time I would graduate a client out of my 3-month coaching container burnt out to badass, because that was, my signature offer and it is, but at the time that was all I was selling. So if you were to look at my income graph, it would be like up, down, because I would sell the package and then no income, and then sell the package and then no income. So much unnecessary stress and just low vibe, scarcity mindset. But what I have managed to do in the past 6 months is realize that like it actually doesn't have to be like that, that I can strategically build into my offers, into my business, cash flow generating strategies, essentially. So, this strategy, everything that I'm going to share in the next few slides, has helped me earn a lot more cash flow than I ever thought possible. In fact, in one day, I made over $2,000 by a couple strategies, and I'm going to, pick out those strategies here in a second. So, I really hope this training helps you so much. I've loved putting it together. So, let's jump in. As a business owner, your primary job is to make money. If you love what you do, if you're here to share your message, if you're here to raise up the world and just make the world a better place, amazing, check, you have the passion. Next thing no one talks about is that if you want to do that passion into the future, if you want to be here for a long time, doing what you love for a long time, creating an amazing, amazing life, then you need to make money doing that, because making money doing that is going to mean that you have a solvent business. It's going to mean that you can help more people. It's going to mean that you can help your family and you can help yourself. So you need to be making money. And the way to do that is having cash flow in your business with the strategies I'm sharing. So what is cash flow? Cash flow essentially is the money flowing in of the business and then out of the business. So it's, basically the revenue that you make minus the overhead or salaries or wages, whatever you pay yourself. So you can make money in your business. You can have revenue coming in the front door, but you can have so much revenue or like expenses leaving out the back door that you essentially don't have any cash in between as a buffer. So I like to liken this as an example of, say, you earn $100,000 at your 9 to 5. Just imagine that this is the case. And while you're earning that, and a lot of people would look at that and say, that's a lot of money, good for you. You might have expenses of $100,000. So if you're making 10 grand in that salary job and then your expenses are 10 grand every month, then you're living paycheck to paycheck. And can I tell you, so many people in the world do this, so many people. So their outflow is greater or equal to their inflow. You can even have a negative cash flow situation where you're spending more money than is coming in. So that would be like if you're carrying a loan or a credit card. A lot of people use this. So what we want to flip this on its head, because I want you to be successful. I want you to be here for a long time. And we want to increase how much money is coming into your business versus what is going out. And basically, as that buffer increases, that's going to be your cash flow. The first way that I have done this year starting, is taking deposits for services that I'm going to be doing later. So again, this was not a strategy that I ever employed ever until someone asked me about it. Never even crossed my mind. So with my signature offer, my 3-month course, Burnt Out to Badass, this was something that I'd only ever had people pay up front for. That was just the clients that I was attracting. But this one particular client really wanted to work with me. And she said, Mel, I have a ton of other mentoring stuff on my plate right now, but I have some availability coming up in a couple months. If I give you a deposit, can you save me a spot? And I took a little bit to think about it. And I was like, well, I think I could make that work. I think she's a dream client. I want to work with her. So we negotiated to do a $500 deposit to save her spot. So now that she's got a spot on my calendar, and this created an immediate cash injection that I wasn't expecting at all. And if I had said, I don't take deposits, then I wouldn't have had that money. And I potentially would have lost that client because maybe she was like, oh, I'm too busy in a couple months. So that is a phenomenal way to start taking on clients if they want to work with you, but they're not like 100% have the time to do it now. This has just been a great thing that I have started to do. It doesn't cost you anything additional. You just start taking cash and putting time on your calendar for a later date. Another one is recurring revenue. So again, when I said that I made over $2,000 in a day, that was because I took a $500 deposit and then I started taking, it was $1,100 for an ongoing business mentorship. So this monthly income is phenomenal for you in a lot of ways because it's monthly income that you're going to be able to count on. It's money that is coming in every month. So you can project out and say, like, if I have 10 clients, then, times this amount of my service, then I'm going to make this much money. You can project your income. You can also plan business activities around it. So if you know exactly the amount of work that it's going to take you to, say, have $5,000 of revenue, of $10,000, whatever your goal is, of $200, that's fine too. You can plan business activities around that. You can plan your life around that. So, I know that my amount of time that goes into servicing my clients, I can then put in other life activities around it in addition to these business activities. Another one is low ticket offers. Low ticket offers are phenomenal, super low hanging fruit because they're essentially really high value things that you can offer your clients, your customers, that are super low cost. And this is so easy. It's really an offer that they can't refuse. An example of this would be, if I sell an ebook for $11, that has infinite scalability. I could sell it 1,000 times. I could sell it 100,000 times. And it doesn't matter how much I sell it because I can do it as many times as I want, but I'm still getting that low amount. But if you times it by like 100,000, then you're making incredible money. The other way that I see this done super successfully is through memberships. And a membership would be like, okay, every week we're going to go out for coffee and have a networking event. And for $25, you can subscribe and I'll take all the heavy lifting and all you have to do is show up. So this is a phenomenal strategy that I love. Again, super low cost, but it's going to give you that immediate cash injection And again, you can project out how many clients versus how much you're charging, and that's going to be your revenue. The next thing is upsells. So upsells is something that I did not understand until super recently. As I was saying with that 3-month coaching container, I would sell the package, graduate the client, and then say, amazing work. I loved working with you. Have a nice life. And they would kind of drop off my pipeline. And then I would get new clients and do the other thing. But keeping existing clients is so good because they already love you. They already love what you do. And if you can figure out a way to give them the next step, like that next logical step, great way to keep a client engaged. A way that I've done this specifically is I was graduating clients in my coaching container. And then I thought, well, they still need help and they still want to engage with me. So what if I were to offer a business mentorship? This was again requested from a client. She said, Mel, I loved every minute of that. Can we continue to work together? So then I offered her that monthly business mentorship, which is more high touch, is very specific and tailored to the client. It's one-on-one, and the price reflects that. So upselling to an existing customer or an existing offer, if you have a product-based business, I want you to think of this in a sense of like, you go to Amazon and say you're buying like $20 of notebooks or a planner for the year. And then Amazon says, oh, customers who bought this also bought these really cute pens for $5. Do you want to add these pens to your shopping cart? And you're like, well, I'm buying the notebook and I want cute pens. I'm going to need a pen anyway. So like, yeah, add it to my cart. So these products are complementary. It's going to be related to what they're already interested in buying. That's going to be a very logical next step and a no-brainer. It's going to be that another sort of cash injection strategy where, in the example of the notebooks, it's like, yeah, if every customer who comes to you, you add $5 to their shopping cart, that's amazing. That's extra income and good for your cash flow. The next thing I have is being your own public relations agent. So many women struggle with this. Okay, we play small and we don't talk about our wins, but when you have a business, you need to be your own like hype woman. Okay, you need to be like, I don't know, that person in the background who's like, yeah, yeah, that like echoes in all the music and you say something, they're like, yeah, yeah. You need to be that for you. You need to be confidently talking about your business in social situations, and sharing those successes. So next time you go to like a friend hangout or next time you have a family, function, when someone asks, hey Mel, how are you doing? What's up in your world? I would love for you to, instead of shrinking and saying, oh, nothing, just same old, which I used to do all the time. I want to challenge you to say, oh, well, this has been a really fun week in my business. I had a great podcast meeting. We did 2 amazing recordings, and we're actually working through the contract of a new speaking event that we booked in October. So in that like 3 sentence, you've talked about what you're doing, your business, you're talking about successes, and you're talking about what you're excited for in the future. It's quite natural because they've actually asked you the question. So all you have to do is just take that opportunity to like actually be confident and share your successes. The other way to do this is creating content. Okay. We all know this. Sharing your message with clarity and confidence, and then engaging with your audience. It's not just a one-way street. Like if you were walking down into your favorite coffee shop, you wouldn't just stand there and like talk endlessly to a crowd of people. You would engage with them and you'd say like, hey, how's your day going? Did you know about this? Blah, blah, blah. Can I help you here? Blah, blah, blah. So it's a two-way street. Like think of it as a conversation, engage with your audience, and it will really just be phenomenal, the results that you get from that. So the last thing here is a quick summary. We want the inflow of money coming into your business to be greater than the outflow. It's going to be great cash flow for you. It's going to give you time, freedom, and so much more opportunity will open up to you, and like you won't be stressed. So more abundance will come when you're in that high vibe space. So to do this, the first strategy is to start taking deposits if it makes sense for you, especially on high ticket offers. Having that recurring revenue, if it's a monthly offer, even better, to be able to project out how much money you're going to earn. Another thing is with low ticket offers, has great scalability, and it's an offer that can't be refused. So think low ticket, high value. It's going to just increase your reach and your influence. The next thing is upsells. So if someone's already interested in your product, you thought, well, hey, if you loved this, then check out this. It's a no-brainer. It's a logical next step, gets you extra cash flow in your business. And the last thing here is to be your own PR agent, recognizing that what you do is very powerful and it is really deeply needed in the world, and that sharing your message is so magnetizing because people will see you, they'll look up to you, they'll be influenced by you. And next time they have a problem that they need solved, they're going to come to you and maybe even purchase anything that you have to offer. So I really hope this has helped you. Free training. I hope it was concise. I really loved being here with you. I hope that helps. And I'm going to end the training now. Thank you. Bye.